Kamen Rider Build.
Hey YouTube, Kamen Rider here with my review of Kamen Rider Build episode 23. So this was another very solid episode, actually quite a good episode. It was basically like, in a way, our transition into the next stage of this arc, you know, because we've been kind of on this arc about the war between Hokuto and Toto, like from Wizard of Oz, you know, and their war, and we just concluded it with the fight between Grease and Build, and so this is now about Seito entering the game again and being a major player because, as we saw, you know, Stalk doing as Stalk do, you know, is scheming and got Rouge involved and got the head lady of Seito captured. That's her official title, is head lady. That's what it says on all the papers. But yeah, so it was basically about sort of rolling us into that, and I think it did a good job because, you know, this last storyline sort of set the status quo of, oh man, Grease and this war is the new threat. Here's how we have to fight it. We've got Claws Charge. There's no need for how stupid his name is spells. They should have just called Spelled. They should have just called it Claws. Why cross Z? There's absolutely no need for it, really, when we sit there and think about it. Anyway, so like, you know, that was sort of an even match in a way for Grease, but Grease was more skilled, and then we got, you know, Hazard, which can beat him, but it also beats Seito, so that's a thing. But so this episode did a good job of sort of escalating it and showing us, okay, like, this new threat is on the next level. Like, we introduced to the Gear Brothers, and obviously we've already been introduced to Rouge, but like, we got a clear look at him at the end of this episode, and like, they actually met him. Like, we met him before, kind of. Like, he like passed by us. But anyway, I thought that was well done. I felt it was maybe a smidge rushed, just because we kind of did all the Rouge stuff at the end, but then on the other hand, I couldn't see them waiting until, because like the cliffhanger was perfect for a cliffhanger, and I couldn't see them using that either to start next week's episode midway through or waiting all the way till the end. It's kind of more like, instead of being two parts, I wish it was just an extended episode or something. I don't know, because it was like, I kind of wish it wasn't as rushed, but it didn't feel detrimental, if that makes any sense. But I did like how it was structured, with getting a lot of focus just kind of on the Gear Brothers and what we think is going to be the main enemy for Seito's forces. And then at the end, you're like, oh man, there's another level to this. You know, we got Rouge, and he's like uber powerful, like they're punching him like he's Superman, like he's just flicking it off. And then you get the reveal that he's Night Rouge. I mean, the name Night Rouge, you just take the night off the top of it. So like, that was well done. I just thought the whole thing was well paced in that regard. Like, it was a good cliffhanger and a good escalation of conflict to let us know we're like in the next level. Like, if this was a video game, okay, we're on the next level. So it was really cool in that way. It actually was not oddly, but interestingly, I guess, a very Grease-focused episode. Like, they were like, you know, doing musical numbers. Sandra D came out. You know how that is. No, but, you know, it was about him going over to save one of his friends that had been kidnapped at the farm because they were being held ransom, and basically was like, I'm gonna get my friend, and then we're gonna ally Toto and Hokuto and become Tokuto. That's about Tokutos. But he failed, basically, in a way. I mean, they got away, but then the dude ended up sacrificing himself. I thought it was a good moment for Grease, and I felt for Grease, but I'm not really mad that that character is not on the show anymore, because, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trio, like the characters that look like really crappy Yu-Gi-Oh! Henchmen. And story-wise, they've served good purpose. Like, this guy's leaving served a good purpose for Grease, and the other guy served a good purpose for Build's story himself. So we'll see if the other guy makes it through the rest of the show, or if he's leaving soon or something, or I don't know. But I just don't really care about them. They're just their appearance. Like, it's like a classic judge a book by its cover. Like, I don't like you. Like, you can be an amazing character. I'm like, yeah, but your hair's still doing this, and your ears are still like this, so I hate you. That's really judgmental, but, I mean, they look like cartoons. So, I just don't care for their characters, I guess, is the point of that. So, I like what it did for Grease's story, but I don't really care about that trio if they're on the show anymore or not. But yeah, when he was over there, we got introduced to the Gear Brothers. They use, like, this new offshoot kind of upgrade, whatever you want to call it, of the Bloodstalk Night Rouge-esque system. Like, it's a new style of that type of gun, but they share it, and they both have this gear suit, which was apparently introduced in something. It might have been those webisodes I haven't watched, But they're like, oh yeah, that was the Kaiser system designed by such and such. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that totally. I totally remember that. I was there. Why do you think I'm lying? But so I'll investigate that later, but it's not really important. But I really like those. I like the idea of this sort of tag team. I like the design behind them. I like just their existence, so it gives like more Rider-esque forces to them, and it kind of makes Seito a little more intimidating. And then as far as like Rouge's debut, I really like that suit. It's got to be one of my favorites. I think it looks really awesome with the purple and like the white gloved hands. It almost gives it like a badass, elegant look. And it being Night Rogue was really cool. Like, it's something we pretty much already all knew, but I mean, it's a good reveal, you know, for the flow of the plot with the characters, because Night Rogue was kind of exiled a little bit ago. You kind of got him out of sight, out of mind, and then he comes back like this, and it's just really cool. I really liked it. I really appreciated that when Seito used Hazard this week, Claus just shot it off, because I had mentioned in last week's review how I wish they just come up with a system where like the build driver could sense when he's going out of control, or if there was just a button just to pop it off the driver instead of a kill switch. I'm like, whoa, 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 kill switch, that's out of control. Couldn't you just do like an off switch for the thing? No, 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 it has to be a kill switch. Whatever, Seito. But yeah, so I liked that. It seemed like he had it under control for a second. He's like, I got it, I don't got this. So I'll be interested to see how much in control he gets that before it's probably going to be sidelined by the next form. I mean, unless he gets complete control of it, I could see this form being sidelined, because why use this form that could turn you into a murder person when you can use a form that doesn't? That's just basic logic. The only other thing I wanted to talk about real quick was just a lighter comedic moment around the beginning of the episode when they were just sort of talking after the battle, and like right after Grease was walking away, he heard Misora's voice and he just kind of like fangirled out about her. I just thought that was really amusing. It's nice when they keep lighter touches like that just to sort of keep the tone of the show balanced. And again, I appreciated that when he first brought up recognizing her, because Build's so mystery filled, I initially was thinking, oh, I wonder like if he's related to her, or he knew her in the past, or maybe they worked together back when she was working with Stalk before they came to Build. Like, but then, no, he just likes her YouTube. I think that's funny. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a very strong episode. I thought it was, even though a little bit pacing rushed, I think it did a good job of escalating the next conflict. And I do like that Rogue was kind of paced out nicely. Like, they did the same thing with Grease. Actually, all the Riders that have been introduced so far, it's never been like a lot of the times in Rider Sentai when it's like, boom, here's this guy, here's all this stuff, go buy it. It was like, okay, here's like a tease. Here's this guy, he's kind of showing up mysteriously, and then you kind of like dull out his stuff. I think that's really neat. But yeah, overall, strong episode. I would probably give it an 8.7. Anyway, that's about it. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Dawson Rider, signing out.